Hey everyone, we're back in New Camilo. So, you have to excuse me a bit, I have a bit of a cold at the moment, so I might be a bit stuffy and I may occasionally sneeze. So, I apologize for that in advance. But anyway, yeah, so where we left off, we had a whole bunch of stuff getting upgraded out here. Got plenty of services covering up this area, except for police, which I'm not entirely sure how to fix that without... Actually, you know what? I know exactly how to fix that without creating a brand new intersection. That's the first thing we're going to do. You're going to hop in here, you're going to create an overpass. Got like... There should be far enough. Yep. I'm going to give it some distance since the road's going to be going... Because we have access roads. That should do it. That is a really ugly looking bridge. I'm gonna fix that. That's better. That's substantially better. Okay. So now we have an overpass and we should be getting okay coverage. Wow, fire coverage is still really bad. That did literally nothing for us. Okay, whatever. I don't care. At least people can get across that bridge now. It'll look good once we get the freeway and everything set up. Yeah. So, right now we have a rather large demand for commercial areas. Housing we can put there now. Which is probably gonna get destroyed once we put in the side roads, but that's okay. I'm not seeing many places to put commercial down right now that makes sense. So, we probably want to start actually expanding out into a brand new residential area. We'll name this district. We need to come up with a name for it. I'm currently got things moving fairly slowly while we just get ourselves settled in, and we're making a ton of money anyway. Like, way too much money. Actually, no, there's no such thing as making too much money, but we're making a lot of it, so. It's probably time we actually started doing stuff with this highway. So when we're doing work with that highway, I am probably going to be pausing the game so I can do it. Just because highway work ends up being pretty expensive, especially with all the redos you end up having to do. We'll do that in a second. First things first, we might as well make ourselves some more money. And we're going to do that by expanding out. So, we're going to come back this way. So, we're going to be putting a bridge right here. But we're going to expand this out fairly far. Maybe like here, I'll do. And then we're going to curve it. So it goes up along the coast. That's nice. There we go. We don't want to go too far out because these sandy beaches are really pretty. We don't want to be using up all the nice space on the sandy beaches if we don't have to. So we're going to avoid that as best we can. But now we have this road. I'm going to keep any brand new residential district we create separated from this one. That doesn't necessarily mean we're going to have houses kind of up next to each other. But it does mean that we're not going to have roads in this area connecting up to the roads in the next area. Because we want them to kind of be self-contained. And that way, if we want buildings to have access to pretty much this entire area and the next residential area over, we put them on this main road here. Just like, you know, if we want this residential area to be connecting up to another residential area we build down here perhaps, we'll have them along this road so that they can cover those two areas. Anyway, let's have a look here. So, we want roads. And we want to create an intersection fairly far along so we're not creating traffic problems. We want to not be on curvy roads, and we're going to start just building. Yeah. So we're going to have this curved this road up here kind of curve around before the highway. So we want to kind of account for that as well. I want to keep that fairly close to the other houses, not too close. That's nice. That's good. It's an interesting shape. We want to go through. We want to go down. Let's go down. We can have a intersection somewhere around here, maybe. Maybe completely unnecessary, actually. We'll do it that way. That's a bit better. And we'll have another road to there. That seems to make a bit decent use of the space. Probably want to have the... I probably do want to have that go straight through, honestly. Do it that way. And we'll get rid of that road. That's good. That is good. Okay. So, we're going to fill this up with... Well, actually, no. We're not going to do residential. We want to do commercial. So, just paint off this corner here. This corner here. Flood fill that in. And we'll do a couple of houses. Maybe here. So there's a small demand for residential right now. And that should get built up. We want to make sure our water is coming over here. Doesn't matter if there's that little slither. Because from what I've seen, as long as most of the base of a building is covered up with water, it'll get water, so it's fine. Now, so that's slowly building commercial there now. The commercial demand is rising very rapidly, so we're going to have to start dealing with that soon. These places are all pretty complaining that we don't have people, aren't they? There are not enough workers, which is really weird since residential demand right now is not that high. Commercial demand is increasing, and I'm not quite sure how the demand kind of works just yet. I know that industry is kind of linked to commercial, so you know, dirty industry will generate a desire for a commercial district to sell all the goods that the industry is creating. But anyway, we're going to destroy this stuff. I've paused the game. Reason being is that we're going to start working on the highway. Just get rid of this for a fair distance. It's cheap enough to go and restore. We've got 100,000 big ones to work with, which is good. Okay, so we've got a clean slate. Now, we want to get our highways, and we want to go with curvy ones, since we're going to need them to curve a little bit. And we want to start with this one, since this is our left lane. So, this time around, I'm going to try and stick to having my highways actually on the ground. So that means we don't want to actually create an overpass here. We might have the 4 lanes go over, but as I was saying before, we don't necessarily want that to connect up with the industrial area straight away. So we will do it this way. So come down to here. So that's 3,000. That's not too bad. We'll keep on coming down further, like to there, and then we'll curve it around. It's good. All right. Now we're going in the opposite direction. Keep a fairly nice distance between them. This part's always difficult because roads curve in interesting ways. And I would like to have fairly consistent spacing. It reminds me a lot of the kind of curving tool, pen tool in Illustrator and Photoshop. That seems fairly consistent, so we'll do that. That's also also fairly consistent, and that's pretty close as well. I might get in there and adjust this one to be a bit further in, perhaps. Maybe we can adjust this one. Maybe a bit close at the end there now. Ah, that's okay. That's close enough. That is close enough. Now, so we've got our highway stretching all the way down here. We know where it's going to kind of curve off now, so we can get to that island. Now we need to start thinking about an intersection here. So, this is where we start getting fancy. This is going to be a very busy intersection. It's going to be servicing the industrial area on one side, it's going to be servicing this area on the other side. So we want to be considering that when we're creating our off-ramps and such. First things first though, we want to have a road coming off the side. It would help if I shut down anything else making sounds. So just Facebook, that was me. Anyway, so I haven't decided whether or not with these kind of, you know, side roads for highways to have access to the districts, whether they're better off being one-way or two-way. One-way does a much better job of having a minimum number of streetlights. So I'll probably stick with one-way, and we'll literally just follow the direction of the appropriate street, basically. So, start here, and we are going to follow this all the way down. That's good. Cool, okay. Do it the other way. It's a bit far away. Close there. And there. Awesome. So we've got a bit of some wonky bits, which I'm going to smooth out since it's a bit ugly. That's still really wonky. Substantially better. This is really wonky here, but just a sec. That's all fine. That's much better. There's a little bit of a wonky part here, but it's a minimal thing. Okay, so now, the way this is going to work is, so we want the left lane exiting into here when it wants to, you know, exit off into an area like this. The only problem is that quite often cars will exit off at the first possible exit rather than the most efficient exit, per se. But we'll see how that goes. We will link it up anyway. We're going to just go with the straight race here. This is a curve anyway. And we'll just see how it goes. We'll just have these kind of come in. We're not going to do a thing down here. We'll do an actual intersection, like a big interchange. We'll do another one like around here so we can connect to this road. That's good. Yeah, that's alright. That's weird. Yep. We'll have another one around here. And this is going to be another interchange. We probably don't want another one down here because it'd be a bit close to the interchange. And we don't need one here because it's going to be close to the interchange as well. Okay. And as for this side, right now we only have this major road here, so we don't really need to make use of this road just yet. Once we have a nice residential area kind of in here, then we'll start making more roads, because right now it's honestly, this lane is going to be a waste of time, but it's a good idea to put that in there now while we still have the money, just so we can make sure that you know, we have access to this stuff. We're going to have to think about how exactly the trash guys are getting in and out of this area. I'll probably have, rather than connecting the road up here where they literally can't get onto the highway, I'll probably have its own special access. They'll come around this garbage dump, go over, and then connect up with the highway on both sides. And there'll be specifically an interchange just for the garbage dump, basically. And then the garbage dump has full access to the highway, and that gets full access to the entire area. Now, we used up half our money, literally just creating that, which could be a problem. So what we're going to do is we're going to focus on getting this kind of interchange up north done first. We'll get the garbage connected up, and we'll worry about this one later on, because right now it's going to be less of a priority than this stuff. We're not even going to link up this stuff to the residential or anything like that yet. We just have it set up so that when we want to link it up to the residential and such, we have it there waiting for us. So, what we're going to do. So the question now is, how exactly do we imagine this overpass or this interchange kind of working? So we can have these streets connect up. I know I keep on saying that I wasn't going to do that, but it may be a good idea to do that. If I want to bring this road up, curve up the road, bring it up to around there. That's good. We may have to destroy this overpass that we've literally only recently made. And these side roads are going to be demolished probably in this general area if we're going to be playing around with the intersection. So this is when I go and have a look at some references. I've got a whole bunch of files, images that I just have open of different styles of intersection. Just to kind of see what works well. It's unfortunate because the way the game works is that your roads typically have stoplights, and your highways do not, obviously. So most interchanges are highways to highways. It's not entirely clear how, in the real world, they deal with high-density traffic going onto roads in a reasonable manner. There's a couple of examples. Like there's the Texas roundabout, I think it's called, which is probably what we're going to end up doing here, because this kind of design already kind of closely matches the Texas overpass. So we'll do that. We'll do a Texas overpass. What's a Texas overpass? Well, you'll see in a second. So what we're going to do, because it's not going to be this isn't going to be an overpass. It's going to be an underpass, I suppose. Because the way a Texas overpass usually works is that you have roads running either way, so it basically has a roundabout, like a big square roundabout, running underneath a highway that's running over the top of it, and then you have these side roads, service roads, running alongside as well, so that people can get in wherever they need to go. They exit off the ramp, they can get onto these main roads, or they can go onto these service roads. Because we haven't raised up the highway, and I really don't want to, we're instead going to raise up the roads that connect up either side of it. So, let's do that. First things first, do we have enough space? Probably not. Okay, we could do that. snapping. I really hate the snapping. You can't really turn it off. Alright, if I'm not mistaken, that should be okay. First things first though, what we're going to do is, because this part's not going to change, so we're going to do the overpass first. That's a 6 lane, 4 lane. So, this is going to have to go. That was a very short-lived overpass. This is going to piss off these two places, but that's what we get. And we're going to pull this up. We don't want that too close to the road, because I've noticed that sometimes you have weird issues where it treats it like the overpass just simply won't work because it's too close to a road on the ground. So bring it to there. This road's going to have to go away for a bit. We want it to be about the same distance as the other side. And we want it to not be curved, we want it to be nice and straight. And now we can curve it. So we probably want to bring that to around there. Just raise it further back. Perfect. Okay, so now we have an overpass. So that connects up the two districts, like I said I wasn't going to do. But we're going to do that now, apparently. Because I can't make up my mind. So because we have the highway going over, we want these roads to connect up now. So, if I remember how my Texas overpass works, do I actually have the image saved still? I don't think I do. That's good. I'm going to be making this blindly, which is okay. It's just, it may not end well. T minus however many minutes it's going to be before I realise I've done it completely wrong. So because traffic is going into the left up here, we want to have our, that's an on-ramp. Almost made a mistake right there. We want to have this come up like here-ish. Works. Has that created street lights? Yes, it has. That's not good. We don't want street lights. I think that might be completely unavoidable here in this situation. Further up maybe. Better. There we go. It's a bit janky in terms of that curve, but that's what happens. In fact, that's the wrong way around, so it's pointless anyway. Just keeping an eye on our money situation as well. That's a bit better. So I'm gonna have it run the same distance and then just connect it up. That's a bit better, much better. So now the cars can go off that off-ramp and go literally nowhere. But they will have that off-ramp there anyway, so it's fine. We want to do the same thing over this side. Yep, that's good. And that's good too. Cool. So now they have way on and off. It's created 2 sets of street lights, which we really don't want. But there's really not much we can do about that. Now, how does the off-ramp work? I may have already gotten this wrong. See how it goes. I feel like that is somewhat right. But we'll see how it goes anyway. We need to get stuff off the highway and onto these kind of ramps and such. So this is first. We want off ramps. Simply because we're going to be in the left lane, so this side's going to be coming over here. We probably don't want to add that intersection. That's pretty better. And this side, we want it to come... Yeah, we want to come down here so that people can get onto this area. And so that we can have a intersection going into the residential in between. So that's good. So now they can come down here, get up onto there, you know, go over to the other side, swap, you know, go wherever they need to go. I want to do the same thing down here as well. So anybody traveling up here can come over to here. We'll do it a bit further away, I think. Yeah, like there. That matches up with this side though. It's the only problem. So we may want to move that one further down. Except we can't. Maybe we want to move it further up. Anyway, either rate, we need to move that down to there, I believe. That's good. We will have a road coming down to here, I think. And that can go to the residential area. Yeah, that works. Cool. Okay. Now. So it looks a bit weird right now, but it will make a bit more sense when we put down other roads. People have ways on and off now. They can't really turn around. It's all in the right directions, I believe. Yep, that's around there. That's up there. Yep, that's all in the right directions. Cool. Okay, so we have ways on and off. It's going to make these side roads very busy, though. But for now, I think that's okay. We'll see how it goes. I'm pretty sure that is completely the wrong design, but we'll see how it goes. I said we weren't going to do these off-roads, but we're going to actually do them anyway. So, exiting towns is usually much faster than entering towns. So we basically want to make it so that we can get in and out of town. Well, we can get into towns, but in order to get out of them, we have to go the standard way in. So we are literally just going to create one-way streets that go into these areas. I think there is literally no options here but to destroy those two houses. That's okay. We're going to do that anyway. It's going to make some very upset people. It's going to make some more upset people because they've now got a highway connection right next to their homes. But wow, we're having any luck just completely destroying multiple people's houses right now. It looks like that's a bit too close to two intersections though, so we have to remove that and see what we can do here. Yeah, another two houses gone. Can we do something back here? We can go to that intersection there. Ah, there we go. That's good. I think that's okay. I haven't discovered yet in terms of like that seems like a lot of intersections, so maybe we don't want to do that way. Like I was about to say that, in my experience, I haven't been really able to tell if it's better to have, you know, 4 roads at a single intersection, or is it better to have just, you know, two or three roads at a single intersection. In this case, I'm going to assume that it's better to have, you know, more things connecting up to a single intersection. So that will be okay. So anything comes down here can go straight through. You know, they may have to stop for cars that are coming down this way and going down there, whatever. That's fine. We'll deal with that later. It's already a much more complex kind of intersection than what I think the city really needs at this point. It's not the intersection the city needs, but it's the intersection the city deserves, as one might say if they were wanting to make a really bad joke. Let me get rid of some of these things, because right now the houses here are getting very confused about where they can build. Everything else looks okay. I think we can unpause the game and see how badly we've broken that. Ah, not yet. Okay. So it looks like we've got a whole bunch of space in here that we can actually start building out into. So before I do anything else, I'm literally going to do that right now, so that we can make, you know, decent use of the space that we've got access to. So we're going to bring this road here. All the way up, actually. going to be an intersection there. We'll give it some space. No, that is not what I wanted. It snapped. Damn it. Go down there, and then we'll do this. Wow, it's destroying. I'm destroying all of the houses right now. It's kind of ridiculous. There's got a big empty area here, but that's fine. We'll figure that out later on. There's be a lot of people very angry about the sound levels of the nearby highway, but you know, they can complain all they want. I don't particularly care. We'll deal with that later on. They can just have to deal with it for now. Maybe you want to do like a little roundabout thing here, because that gives us a bunch more houses to work with. And we can probably use up this little space down here as well. We don't want to overdo it, simply because we do have to think about expanding in future, or if we want to move roads around or whatever. So I'm not going to go too far with it. We'll just go out to there, so you're saying. That's fine. You have to remember as well that we've already got a whole bunch of stuff over here that we're waiting for permission to build. So we don't want to go overboard. I want to destroy a bit of that road, so because we do need to think about connecting this up to the highway at some point. Yep, okay. Cool. I'm going to save that real quick. Camilo 0. There we go. Okay, and we'll play it again. So now all the cars go, oh god, where's the road gone? Swerve back onto the street. Cool. Alright. We're out of power. Right, we need to fix that. So we'll bring power to here, to here, to here. There's going to be houses getting built there, so we'll bring the power to here for now. We haven't got houses there right now, so probably a good idea to think about that. And we also didn't connect up the trash, so it's a good thing that the power went out, so I actually realized these facts. Go across the street here to there. We're also going to demolish these because I want to make sure, like 100% certain, that we're actually connecting up to power. That seems a good point, like right there. That's better. Okay. And we need to connect up this to there. Now, we were talking about having an off-ramp coming out this way. So let's do that. I really hate the end road snapping. Like, it bothers me a bit. Come down to here. There we go. Okay. Now, we want to bring this, like, over to here. Yep. And now, I'm going to separate this off. So we want a ramp. We need to curve roads. Ramp going out this way. We want a ramp coming back. Terrible. It's really janky, but whatever. So that's an exit road. This is an entrance road. That's not quite as janky. Whoops, that is also the wrong way around. Now it's really janky. I don't particularly care though. It's just servicing the garbage dump, and it's going to have a different access later on. So we also want to make sure that these guys, our garbage people, can actually get in from this lane as well. so they're not just able to get in, they're not out. So, road going up. I think that's not going up. Can do that. Way further up. I have to see if we can do it that way. So we're going to go over. Wow, it's really not. Oh, I'm guessing it's because it's too close to another intersection. Yeah, it is. It's gonna be an ugly as sin intersection, but as I said, it's like it's just for trash. And we'll probably end out redoing it later on. And then we can, since there's a longer road, we connect this one up to it. That's pretty good, actually. That is not bad at all. And we'll do the same thing for this road. So cars. Just move the camera around. So exit out that way. So we want to be exiting up this way. Yep. That curve's going to work either. There we go. That's a curve that will work. So we probably want to do it before the intersection so they can easily get off at a point where, you know, they're going to have access to the whole town. Quick around here. We can just barely get down to there. Can we connect it up? I don't think we can. We cannot. Okay. In fact, I wonder if now we can't connect there. Can't connect there. This is just intersection hell up this way right now. We could connect it up to here, but that's going to create a new set of lights. And it's going to also pause traffic longer to wait for people from just the junk, from the garbage dump to pass through. And there may not necessarily be traffic from the garbage dump waiting to get in, so not necessarily something we want to have happen. That's not going to work either. We're just having no luck connecting up this road. Alright, this is when we decide to just straight road it. Nope. Nope. That's out of city limits, even though let me place it. Whatever. Aha! There we go. Okay. There. Okay. Now, just want to connect this up over to there. Wrong way. There. Okay. That is a terrible, terrible intersection. But our garbage coverage should be pretty good. It's not bad at all. Later on, you know, we might want to move things around, but for now, that is pretty good. I'm happy with that. We've got power connected up. Is there anything we're missing power-wise? I don't think so. Okay, let's unpause it. So it occurs to me what we should have done with the intersections here is rather than having these cars go off onto these side roads, they should just go straight off onto the highway. There's a whole bunch of things getting upgraded somewhere. I don't know what. Houses being upgraded. Got some pretty expensive houses, actually. Commercial is still in somewhat high demand. Police coverage is not ideal over here. If I want to set up another police station somewhere on this street. Maybe there? Might be a bit close to the other police station, honestly. So maybe a bit further down. Like... I don't want to do it too far up that street because it will impact our ability to... Yeah, we'll do it there. That's fine. Police station... Fire station... Actually, I picked up some buildings, so I've got a rural fire department. Which is the exact same size as the standard fire department. It positions a bit differently. It's just a different looking building. Got a rural fire department. I think I've got a rural police station as well. That's why I literally just placed. Yeah, I looked at that. I was like, that looks pretty cool. I like that. But we probably don't want a rural one. We probably don't want that. Whoops. I have no idea what I just destroyed. Oh, it's just a... I want a standard police station, because this isn't rural, so... Standard police station. Fire department. So rural fire department, I think, is actually larger than normal, yeah. Larger than normal, but also cheaper. It's larger than normal, but it doesn't cover as much space. That's the main thing. Okay, you want the fire department a bit down the street from the police station. There. So that gives us coverage in there at least. We're doing it further up since we probably will end up expanding upwards. Yeah, let's put the fire department there. Police station and fire department right next to each other. So, we still have a really high demand for commercial. Our industrial is really lacking in people. Whoops, I'm not going to destroy that road. I'm just destroying random things willy-nilly at the moment. Which isn't good, because now that's all unzoned and those buildings there are going to go away. Is this really because, yeah, not enough workers? I'm surprised we've got a high demand for residential, given that the industrial area really wants more workers. While I'm thinking of it, we're going to do something else. We're going to destroy that road. We're going to make this an exit. We're going to make an entrance. And we'll make this road an exit. And that should split up the traffic a bit, make it flow a bit faster. Yep, makes it flow much better. Okay, now we're starting to see a bit more residential demand. So let's just paint in... Oh, it's not paint in. It's much slower. Cool. So we probably want to have another 4-lane road, like, extending down this way as well. Which I think I'll do right now, since I'm thinking of it. Not too close. Maybe like there. That's good. And we'll also extend it upwards as well. That's good. Okay. More commercial. More commercial is all they want. They won't get it yet. Not gonna get it. Simply because right now they're in a situation where the moment I start putting down more commercial areas, they're going to be complaining, we don't have enough customers, and they're going to be abandoning all the commercial districts, just like they're continuously abandoning all of these districts. Wow, we have a massive job shortage right now. I almost feel like we need to ignore the commercial demand so that we can get more houses for our workers. But traffic's flowing well though. Our nice off-ramps are working well in order to get people where they want to go. We forgot to do one though. We forgot to do one down here. So we'll do that right now while I'm thinking of it. We'll see how this holds up when we start getting heavier traffic though, because right now this is fairly light traffic in the grand scheme of things. So, where do we want this? We want this up here. We don't want it curved. A bit further up. That's good. Still got people complaining. It's like a lot of businesses down here are actually complaining about a lack of workers, which is really annoying. And still a really large commercial demand, which is just weird. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to bring this road out to this point, and I'm going to immediately assume that we want an overpass into another residential area on the other side. It's a really oddly shaped ramp. Just gonna bother the hell out of me. That's better. A little bit better at least. Yeah, so we'll run this road here. Intersect this road here. We don't want an intersection there. Maybe an intersection down here. That's better. It's a bit curved, just noticed, but it's straight enough. Maybe we should do it there instead. No, I'm gonna leave that space empty, honestly. I'll leave that space empty. We'll have another road intersecting around here though. We are making a ton of money. We're still very much in the green. Wow, okay, yeah, we've got traffic problems. See that? That was pretty incredibly bad. We've got all these major trucks actually wanting to get off into here, which is exactly why I didn't want the overpass, because I suspected this would happen, which means we're going to probably want to redevelop these roads. We have the money for it. See, this is what this game's all about. This game is all about going in there and solving traffic problems, basically. So, overpass is gone. Do we want to keep our noodly mess? Now let's get rid of it. Okay. So, we have a lot of trucks coming in that want to get over to the industrial area from this lane. So let's rethink the way we're managing traffic in and out of the city. So one of the really neat tricks that we can do here is that if we have two roads, so I'm going to actually turn off snapping for it. Turn off snapping. No. So if we have two roads, so if I angle it out this way and then do this is a one-way street. Do that, right? If you look down in here, there isn't actually a stop sign, there's no street lights or anything. It's literally, you just keep on going. If we do the same for the other direction, like here, still no stop signs, because everybody on the left lane is going left and everybody in the right lane is going right. And if you're coming from this direction, you can do a U-turn. You can go back out. I don't know why you would. but you can do that. So that basically means we now have 2 points of entry without having a street light in this area. We can do the same over this side. So we're going to do the same over this side. Have one there, and have another one here. There we go. So now that should make traffic flow in and out much, much better. We probably want to make an overpass both ways. So I'm going to stick with that 2 lanes. Maybe? We may need more room. No, I know what we're going to do here. I know what we're going to do here. So, we're going to get the 4-lane road. We're going to do an overpass. We're going to try an overpass. Straight road. That's the other side. And we can repeat the same kind of thinking to get in and out of the city, right? We may, yeah, I'm going to demolish. I really don't want to demolish that much. I'm going to have to sort of come to around here. That gives us room to move to these buildings. It's not going to be a popular move, but it's going to be the move we have to make. We're going to want to get back down in here. Like this. Better? Okay. Now, so we want this road to go up here and connect to there. Yeah, that's fine. Wow, that is a... Holy crap! That... Game, how do you expect anybody to drive up that? Is that going to fix itself up if I do a slope too steep? That's funny. No. That's not happening. Let's try that again with much less jank this time. Let's bring it up a bit further. And then, yeah, that's going to be much. It's still really steep. Do the same on the other side. This road. Those are really steep ramps, but whatever. That was my phone. Okay, same for the other side. So bring it to like here, up to there, and then here, there. That's okay. Weird how it kind of pinches off, but actually that's really weird how that pinches off. That looks like it's gonna be a bit better. That's much better. Yeah. It's still really steep, though. Why has the game suddenly decided it wants to have super steep ramps? That's really pissing me off. It's gonna have to be... It's really not far enough forward. Because if we want to have these kind of connecting up with the side roads, so we need a little bit more distance than that. And that's pinching. Ah! That's good enough. Okay. Now. So what we want to do here is we want to get traffic this lane to connect up with over here, the area over here. without having streetlights. So we probably want to. Okay, so yeah, I was doing this wrong. We need to think about this in terms of the way the traffic's going to want to move. When the traffic comes into town, everything's going to be waiting the left lane, so it can turn left and go into the residential area. You know, go onto this side road, right? Which basically means that anytime we do a left turn, we're creating traffic in just this left lane. So we probably want to do a turn on the right lane, so that people can get over to the other side, and anything that wants to go over to there will be in the right lane of traffic to get over to there. Right? That makes sense? And then the middle lane, people will stay in the middle lane and will drive along until, you know, they get close to their off turn. They'll turn left at that point. So, I'm going to do that way. The only problem is that we haven't got a lot of room to move between the two highways up here. We can move them apart, but I'd rather not spend all that money to do that. If we have to do that, we will do that. But it does also mean that we're okay if we have things in the same intersection. So we're going to do that. Oh, I think just enough room. Yeah, okay. Yep. So I would much rather if we could actually have this, you know, road running between the two roads, but we're not going to be able to do that. We may actually want to have this further forward, because of right now, it's going to, if we want it to come from out this lane, we need to go into the left lane on that side, which means we have to go over this bridge if we wanted to do that. So we're gonna have it start like we have somewhere under the bridge. Yeah. Page up. That's good. Turn. Slope too steep. Oh yeah, because it's gone all janky again. There we go, it's better. Now we can connect that up to there. And now there's not going to be, well, there's going to be, wait, that's not a stop sign at all. Fantastic. Just no right turn. So they will connect up and traffic will flow. That's the assumption, at least. That's the hope. And so we can do the same sort of shape on the other side. So traffic coming out of this lane, you know, has their road kind of curve over and go into that lane. So we're going to do that. Let's start somewhere under the bridge, not on the bridge, under. Yep, we have that curve off. Curve down. Curve around. Except for the fact the slope's too steep. There we go. That's better. Houses there aren't too happy about that off-ramp, but they're gonna have to just deal with it. That's not too bad. That's an interesting looking shape. The likeliness of us having to repeatedly work on this and, you know, constantly having to refine our design is very high. Be forewarned. Simply because that's just how this game runs. It's all about, you know, making elegant, kind of functional designs. But now these roads have a way off into these roads. We just need to have these roads have a way off into these roads. So left goes left, right goes to the right. So on this side, how do we want to do this? We could possibly run a road under there, but then we have to get across this thing. We'd rather not do that. But we can, again, have it connect up at this point. But then it's a matter of actually getting it over to there and having it connect up. So what might be better is to have it connect up somewhere back here and connect up to that street in the same way. Do it the same way over there. Which means we're going to have to think about getting rid of one of these off-ramps, which is fine because we don't need this one. I think the same goes over this side. Yeah, we don't need that. I think we do need that one. We do need that one. Okay. So again, we want this to stay in the left lane. We're going to destroy this off-ramp and move it further down. road mode. And see it goes, of course. I think that might be just a tiny bit shorter than it was before, so maybe just waste that money, but it's fine. Alright, so we want it to come up, like... The only problem is that it's going to create traffic. Like, we have this turn off really early. So maybe... again with it. You know what? I don't care. I'm just going to try and make... Yeah, it's straight enough. And we'll do this one further up. Since that road there, going into that residential area, is going to be much less used than this one, I imagine. So we'll have this come up here. And... oh, come on. Oh, come on! That's what I mean about having overpasses too close to roads. Like, it gets kind of funky sometimes. This might be the best that way. Yeah. We can always do this the other way. Like, we can have this road kind of set the shape. And then have this road connect to it like that. That's good. That's good. And we'll do the same over here. So we need the left lane here connecting to this. Yep. So we'll have it start a bit earlier than that one, because again, this one's probably gonna be the most used. There we go, that's better. Just go there. And we'll get rid of those. Oh! I've got this all wrong. One-way roads are really confusing. Okay, so how do we do this slide? So left lane goes into there. Right lane goes into there. Right lane goes into there. So we need left lane to connect up to that. What was I getting? Oh, I was trying to connect. Anyway, I'm going crazy. Yeah, I had it sort of right, but I was connecting it too far back. And that's actually kind of okay. That's good. Okay. That was really not as hard as I was making it out to be. Right. So now, we want to make sure that these left lanes that aren't getting used can actually get out of the city. Similar way. But in this case, I feel pretty happy having that being kind of a use of the overpass, basically. It will create traffic between two areas, and maybe we shouldn't do that. We'll have it come off from here. We'll do that. So we'll have it come into here, go up. If I can actually make it go up. Yeah, it's too close. It's good. Go to the same on the other side. We may want those overpasses to actually come after those ramps. Or at least on this side we do. simply because all the traffic's going to be waiting in the left lane to go down into here. So we wanted to come after that so that it's not using up the left lane to re-enter the highway. Like that. That's a bit better. Okay, let's see how that works. Traffic's going to be backed up for a little bit while it just figures itself out. I think that traffic's getting backed up there because of this intersection. It seems to be moving smoother. It's just that we might want to swap the intersections around so that the in road is over here and the out road is there. Because right now the traffic's getting backed up because of that intersection. But hey, we're taking it off the highway. That's the important thing. It's not blocking up the other traffic. It's moving pretty well, actually. Like, traffic's getting in and out of the town. The town is demanding residential, which I'll get to in a moment. Yeah, that's moving pretty well. I'm not happy with this, but it's a matter of this intersection here. It's not a matter of the on-ramp or off-ramp. It's literally just that intersection. So we've made a pretty good interchange. I think this might actually last us a good long time. It's just that we need to deal with this intersection. That's the primary problem right now. I'm going to pause this for a sec because residential demand is going through the roof. We have areas to build residential in. I'm just going to go in there and slap down some residential. Wow, that's not what I wanted. We need to put some parks and such down in here as well. We should probably do that before we build too many houses and such in here. Because right now we also don't have a lot of access to the main roads, but via paths. So we probably want to build a road snapping down here as well, just so we know not to do overly much there. Okay. Let's build some parks and such. That'll be our first thing. So I think we actually have enough room. That's good. I like using the big parks because they're really pretty and make nice space. Why don't we have our Japanese style garden anymore? Did it get rid of our Japanese style garden as well? I think it did. Yeah, because we had it across the street from the... Huh. That's interesting. Oh well. We'll keep that in mind in the future. So I think this is a plaza. Yes. We'll do a plaza across the street from the cemetery instead. We'll do a... I think we can afford a couple of things. We've got a lot of money right now. Financially, our city is doing fantastic. So we'll do a big plaza on the corner here. Large playgrounds are usually pretty big. But they also offer a really high kind of, you know, value for money. We'll do a park like up here somewhere, a bit further along. This is gonna be a corner here, so we probably want to have it like on the corner, so access for it is good. That's good. Do it there. Large playground. We'll do another plaza. Like here, perhaps. And we'll get a playground. Maybe 2 playgrounds. So I'm pretty sure that's not a playground. That's the plaza we literally just placed. I'm going crazy. We want a playground. Yes. We could probably have a playground like right next to the highway. That's, you know, seems like an appropriate spot, right? We don't want it too close to this intersection, so we want to move it further down. We're literally just about to place it, and I was like, wait, no, don't do that. So we'll do it here. That's also going to, you know, most of its value gets put on the highway, but that just happens. Sometimes it's unavoidable. We've got plenty of stuff over there. We might have something over here, maybe. I think over here is looking good. That's a lot of parks and such in a very small space. Schools. We do want a school over here as well, I'm thinking. So probably want a school kind of... Wow, that's not giving much. We do it like on that road, maybe this one. Oh, do it there. We'll do it there. High school is still covering everything because we're in a good spot. Fire coverage is good. Police coverage is good. Medical coverage is not good. We might want to start thinking about actually plopping down one of the large hospitals or something. But for now, I'm just going to put down a small thing. So not too close to there. That might be a good spot. Yeah, put it there. Cool. Okay. Yep. We're getting to the point where we might want to actually start getting a bus route, because that will help with some of the traffic problems. We're going to deal with this situation here first. So we're going to try having the way in there, the way out here. Yep, see how that goes. Traffic moves much further in. Traffic still gets stopped at that intersection. We could try doing something interesting at that intersection. I might do that in a second. We forgot water. Water helps. Coverage, good. Power, I'm glad I just literally checked that. Ah, we can actually do that. Cool. Yep. Okay, traffic is pretty good from the looks of it, except for this. We're going to try something interesting here. We are going to get to that in a second. We don't want the houses there. What am I doing? These commercial districts are going to complain for some time about the fact that they don't have enough customers. But we'll see how it goes. I mean, the residential in here is going to either come out this way or come out this way. Most likely down here, because right now there's nothing over here to go to. We'll put in a bunch of stuff over there anyway, right now. Now, let's deal with this. So, what we're going to do is we're going to leave our 4-lane road down here, but we're going to leave everything else up here. Because there's nothing in the rule book about us having to use the higher density streets when we could be using just multiple roads. They're going to move slower, but they're going to have less intersections. So, this is our way in. You'll have this road come off like this. So basically doing the exact same thing we did with the on-ramp, just further down. So, yes, that's right. So, we want this to come up. Straight to there. And we want to make sure this is curved a bit first. That's good. And they'll go straight back down. that curve there is awesome. Good, okay. Now, so all the traffic coming in the left lane is going to come straight through here. We're going to move the traffic down through here. Oh. There you go. And so now, there's no intersection to stop traffic in the left lane going straight to the industrial area. It's just going to flow through. Except for the fact that, whoops, we just knocked out power. Except for the fact that they've got the intersections up in here. But we can work on that as well. We can do something about that. Okay, so we're not getting stopped. Yeah, the traffic's getting backed up at these intersections. So what we're going to do is we are going to use a bunch of one-way streets. So we basically want all the out traffic like coming down this road basically, and not out this road. So we want this to kind of feed into here. No, we don't. We want this to not feed into here. We want traffic to come through, you know, that way, but not actually go out that way. So we're gonna make this one way, going this way. Which means we just lost a couple of buildings there. Whatever. So now, any traffic that wants to get out is most likely going to be directed through this way because they can't get down through this way. We don't want to make this one way. We don't need to. The area isn't large enough to make this one-way street. We'll see how that goes for now. See, traffic gets turned around. That intersection's still really easy. Traffic is getting directed. Seems we're moving a bit faster. Traffic's flowing straight out. Looks like we're kind of eating up the line. Like it's gradually getting smaller. It keeps on getting replenished with brand new trucks, but it's getting smaller. I think we're on the right track. It's just the problem we're having is the intersections. There's a lot of intersections. Oh, we just lost. Ah, damn it! I forgot trash. How long have we had that out? A while. Okay. Okay. Can we afford? We can afford it. Not just right now. I don't want to buy it just so we can solve our trash issue here. This is a conundrum, because I didn't account for the fact that we've got to deal with trash coming in and out. Like, we've got a really nice intersection here now, it's just that we have to figure out a way to get trash in and out of this area. So I think what we're going to do to make this easier on ourselves is we're not going to focus on having our access having to be up here. We're gonna make it further down. Build a bridge. Okay, so down ramp. Like there-ish. Okay, now we have much more room to work with down here. And any sort of traffic that we have, you know, coming in and out of these areas is going to have much more access to kind of like get around, right? So let's do that. Let's have traffic come. The garbage trucks come down here, perhaps. Yeah. That's way too close. What am I thinking? Alright, first things first. Let's work on the roads first. So any garbage trucks that want to get out, come out this way. That's good. same goes for this way. Be at just the right angle that we can actually connect this road up to it, which we can't. Nah. Yeah, I know I'm poisoning the air a lot, and I said I wasn't going to do that, but right now, with situations like this, I don't want to be spending all my money on trying to figure out the roads. That's a way. So we know what that's about. Now that's one way in. Just want this to come down a bit further. I want it to split out. That's good. Okay, that's good. No, that's not gonna work. This is a conundrum. You know what? I'm going about this all wrong. We don't need it to connect up over this side. We need to connect up over the bridge, basically. So we're gonna bring that out to here. We're gonna ramp it up. Straight line. Straight line. Jeez, it's clicking. Like, out to there. We don't need to go all the way over. We need to come out to there. Now. Bring this up. Damn, we made slope too steep. Oh. No. Damn it. Okay. Let's try that again. Actually, should we make this in the right lane? Because we've got that left lane exit, so we should make this in the right lane. Now they can get up to there. You do the same over this side. So we probably want it to be further. If the trash comes out this way, that's fine. We have enough money now, we can think about that other intersection. We'll do that later on. I've been working on intersections this entire game, this session, so. That's fine. Okay, so now they have a way in and out. Or they have a way in, rather. They don't have a way out yet. This is still a two-way street, so we can actually make a way out for them as well. Oh, really? Really? Oh my god, it's gonna want to curve like that? Are you kidding me? Whatever. That is ugly as hell. My levels of caring have just evaporated at this point. Wow, how is that not giving us... Oh, we could connect it to the wrong thing, of course. It's only gonna go over there. God damn it, yeah, this isn't gonna work. It's not going to work. Alright, you know what? I'll be right back.